Coming up, music, food, fellowship, and fire departments. We'll take you to day 3 of the Osborne Brothers Hometown Festival.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. The 30th Osborne Brothers Hometown Festival is wrapping up its 3rd day of performances. This year they are celebrating the life of Bobby Osborne, who died less than 2 months ago. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us how the community has embraced the festival once again.
More than 30 bands playing bluegrass music from multiple areas.
The bluegrass music is just one great big family. Wherever you go, like last weekend, we was in three different states in one weekend.
Haydn is a staple for the style of music, and locals embrace the tradition.
This festival, the good music, it helps bring in the people, helps with our raffles we have.
Not only do proceeds go to volunteer fire departments, but they also set up as vendors. The money helps keep them going.
We sell stuff, that way we have more than enough money to, keep our trucks up and running and stuff, so we can go put fires out and help in the best way we can and everything.
Earning money and enjoying the music that makes locals feel at home.
If you're living in Eastern Kentucky and don't like bluegrass, move out.
In the first festival since the death of Bobby Osborne, folks are finding ways to enjoy a tradition he helped spark. In Leslie County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The festival will finish tomorrow night. Bands will be playing starting at 11 a.m. and will be rotating until the last band starts after 10 p.m. So a full day of music. We are told the Rocky Top Express will have a special performance in honor of Bobby. A golden alert is out in Laurel County. Take a look at your screen. The sheriff's office is looking for 60-year-old Casper Burkhart. He was last seen just before 9 this morning walking along US 25. The sheriff's office says he has medical conditions. If you see him, call the sheriff's office.
A warm one around the region today. Plenty of sunshine helped us get up into the middle and upper 80s in many spots for daytime highs today, though not everyone was strictly toasty. Pikeville and Logan topped out at 82, 85 Jackson, London, 86 in Hazard and Moorhead. Harlan got to 88, one of the warmer spots recently. It's nighttime, but not quite that dark outside our studios here in Hazard. Upper 60s to near 70 in most locations, still mid-70s, Monticello and Jackson, so some stragglers there. Not too far from where we'll be overnight. Your forecast first heading through the nighttime hours into your morning hours. Not too bad to start. We'll be watching some partly cloudy skies, middle and upper 60s to near 70 as we start off the day on our Saturday. Let's say you're headed out to the course. Pretty good out there tomorrow. We'll be toasty. You'll need to grab the sunscreen, but dry, I think, for most of the day. Upper 80s to near 90s, so frequent water breaks and frequent trips to the shade. Steve, I'll have the latest on when strong to severe storms could return to the forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Evan, thanks. July 28th, 2022 was one of the worst days of Knox County natives Dylan and Devin Owens' lives. The couple lost everything inside their home during the flood and has spent the last year working to rebuild, never dreaming that date would be something to celebrate until the morning of July 28th, 2023, when the couple welcomed their second child and first little girl into the world.
She was coming too. She wasn't waiting. They come in, they started to induce her like maybe 3:50 and by 4:50 she was here. It was overwhelming sadness last year and being terrified of how we're going to raise a kid to overwhelming happiness of having two.
The Owens are still living in a FEMA trailer while they work to find help repairing their home. The Lear Town celebration just wrapped its first full day with music and more on the schedule for tomorrow. The event has been highlighting town history for 38 years, bringing old and new faces to celebrate everything Lear. This year was different, being the first celebration since the death of Lear Historical Society Director Tina Sue Webb.
the rest of us has kind of pitched in trying to fill in to help with that because she was a big part of it. And so we just need, the young people. So anybody that we see that is a little bit interested, we grab them in here and put them to work.
Those involved hope planting the seeds of pride in the upcoming generation will help the festival continue in the years to come. From Barbie to Oppenheimer to Indiana Jones, this summer has been full of movie theater blockbusters, and many folks in southeastern Kentucky have been enjoying those films outside for the first time in decades. WYMT's Keaton Hall explains from Barberville.
The Knox Drive-In in Barberville is enjoying its first summer. Special event nights like the Barbie and Ninja Turtles premieres have drawn hundreds of moviegoers.
As the breaking new movies for the summer, blockbuster movies come out, we've been doing like Barbie and like the Ninja Turtles. We've been doing an event where we sell packages and we pre-sale, and it's filled us up mostly each night.
Barberville Mayor David Thompson says the theater is important for the community.
Years ago when I was actually in high school, our Knox Drive-In up at Boone Heights closed. So when we lost our lease on our water park a few years ago, the public, after being polled, a drive-in was the most requested.
Nick and his family saw Indiana Jones at the drive-in and decided to come back for the new Ninja Turtles.
First time. I've lived here since I was 9 years old, and we had the water park, but it wasn't like this. So this is pretty nice to get all the families together, and see kids come out, and something for our youth, because our youth don't have much around here, and this is, to me, it's something good.
Enjoying what Mayor Thompson believes is the largest screen in the state. In Knox County, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Mayor Thompson says they will continue showings on the weekends until at least November, with a special event planned on Halloween night. Some Mayfield families who survived the devastating tornadoes back in December of 2021 now have a new place to call home. Governor Andy Beshear joined local leaders to dedicate 5 new houses. They were built by the Hope Initiative with $500,000 provided by the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. Kroger also gave each family a welcome home kit with food and cleaning supplies. Governor Beshear says these new homes are just the latest sign of Mayfield's recovery.
We are about 5 months away from the 2-year anniversary of the most destructive tornado event in our lifetime, if not in our history. And as we are here dedicating 5 new homes this morning, the city of Mayfield has moved from building homes to building neighborhoods. There is real hope for this city.
Since the tornadoes hit, the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund has raised more than $52 million, with more than $5 million of it going to support the Hope Initiative. The LKLP Community Action Head Start program offers programs for the whole family. When students enroll in the program, not only does it help them grow, but their family too. The program is free for families because it is federally funded. Applications are accepted year-round.
And we are a holistic program. We partner with families to offer services to the whole child and the whole family, and it just really gives families a head start on making sure their child is kindergarten ready.
The program has been around since the 1960s. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, the Fancy Farm Picnic is tomorrow out in Western Kentucky. Why this one could draw an even bigger crowd than usual. And the Riders Strike Picketers take out their aggression in a creative way. Find out how next.
And I'm tracking what weather back into the mountains this weekend. Let's you and I take one more spin after this.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. suffers from a stroke. Do you know the signs? It's be fast. Balance, eyes, face, arm, speech, and time. If you see these signs, call 911 and get to the nearest ER. ARH hospitals can give TPA, the clot-busting drug to give you a greater chance at recovery. When seconds matter, we are here for you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Today, women with nighttime urinary incontinence don't have to wake up wet. Introducing the PureWick system, an innovative breakthrough system for managing female urinary incontinence at night. Morning.
morning, Mom.
Good morning. How did you sleep? Better, thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, good.
The PureWick system works outside the body to draw urine away, helping to keep skin dry and control odor. The PureWick system is a non-invasive option for management of moderate to severe urinary incontinence, helping to reduce the need for multiple changes at night or trips to the bathroom. Now, staying dry can be one less thing to lose sleep over.
Simply call 800-208-1498 to order now and find out why 9 out of 10 caregivers and users would recommend the PureWick system. For more information and to order, call 800-208-1498. That's 800-208-1498.
For residential auctions, it's Ford Brothers Auctioneers.
This is your wake-up call to start your morning with a delicious DQ biscuit sandwich made to order with your choice of sizzling Purnell sausage or mouth-watering hickory smoked bacon, stacked up with a warm egg and topped off with a fluffy home-style buttermilk biscuit. Oh, this biscuit sandwich is so good, it almost makes you wish the alarm would go off a little earlier. Almost. Kickstart your day with a DQ biscuit sandwich made just for you. DQ, happy tastes good.
When a soldier transitions back to civilian life, they make a terrific asset to any business or workplace that hires them. So if you're an employer or business owner, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. It's also a great way to thank them for their service. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE or visit saluteheroes.org.
WYMT First Alert Weather, sponsored by Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
Well, Evan, this is it. And you're speechless.
Yes, which is rare. But yeah, we're keeping a close eye on the forecast as we head through the rest of the weekend. Not so much for tonight or tomorrow, but as we head towards Sunday, that's when we'll have to keep an eye on the potential for some strong to severe storms moving in, especially into Sunday night.
But you won't have to worry about it as much as you normally do.
Well, we'll see. In any case, you see what's going on. This is the view from Pikeville Medical Center camera, and the current conditions could not be more calm weather-wise all throughout downtown Pikeville. Temperatures starting to get a little milder. Upper 60s, low to even middle 70s. We still got a 76 in Jackson, 72 in London, so some milder air sticking around in some spots. We've been sandwiched in between these two stationary boundaries today. That's kept us kind of dry. This storm complex, which is already producing severe weather west of St. Louis, going to take a dive down that frontal boundary out of our way. But we're not completely done yet. All quiet tonight, really into tomorrow. We'll see some high cloudiness through the day on Saturday. But other than that, we're actually in pretty good shape as we head through the remainder of our Saturday. So hot and humid into the upper 80s, low 90s with a heat index 90 to 95. But if you do have outdoor plans, not a bad day to be outside. Starting near 70, quickly near 90 as we head into the afternoon. But that changes as we head into the day on Sunday. That's when our first alert weather day goes into effect. Watching storms already trying to scoot in as we head towards early hours of Sunday. Those will move out, but here we go. A lot of sunshine getting back up near 90. That's just going to add fuel to the fire for potential strong storms later. We'll watch them form out to the west and try to move in. You see by 2 o'clock Monday morning, future view, not impressed with that potential, but I still do think the risk for strong severe storms is there. Level 2 slight risk for central Kentucky into our western counties for Sunday. Everybody else on a level 1 marginal risk on the chance that any one of those storms could produce some heavy rain or gusty winds. This is for the overnight round because these outlooks go 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. This is for late Sunday night and early into the morning on Monday. That's when we'll have to watch everybody just about in the level 2 slight risk in the Kentucky River and Big Sandy Valleys. So we will watch it very, very closely. That's when our rain chances peak to finish the weekend and head into early next week. 30% chances both days. Back into the 10% categories we head for Tuesday and Wednesday, so we're actually looking better. So if you need to mow the yard, if you have to do it tomorrow, I would do it early or late, just after sunrise or just before sunset because of the heat. Other than that, you've got some dry time Sunday afternoon, Monday afternoon, and looking better on Tuesday. So for that Community Trust Bank 7-day forecast, where your weekend is always in view, low to mid-80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Drier weather works in, middle and upper 80s though, as storm chances try to return by this time next week. So we are not completely done with the August-like weather just yet. Steve?
Evan, thank you for more than you know, and we'll talk to Evan again at the end of the newscast. Tomorrow, state lawmakers and candidates in the upcoming general election will attend the annual Fancy Farm Picnic. The Western Kentucky event is known for its colorful speeches and barbecue. It's the unofficial kickoff to the fall political season, and it's always held on the first Saturday in August. Both Attorney General Daniel Cameron and Governor Andy Beshear are expected to attend.
Certainly for Kentucky, there's probably not a better political venue that brings both sides together, not just one side or one rally, but two parties together on a single stage, and all those supporters coming in.
Organizers say this will likely be the most crowded Fancy Farm we have seen in several years, possibly since 2019. The COVID-19 pandemic had a big impact on the event, and this year's governor's race is expected to draw a lot of interest. We'll have coverage tomorrow on Mountain News Weekend Edition. People driving by a major Los Angeles production studio may have thought they were witnessing scenes from the movie Fight Club in real life today. Instead, what they actually saw were some striking Hollywood writers who put down their picket signs and grabbed boxing gloves as their walkout approaches its 100th day.
Get out a little aggression, and also, my favorite thing about fight movies is that the underdog, no matter how hard they work, if they work hard enough, they get their chance to be at the top too, and I feel like that's the heart of what this fight is about.
Negotiators for the Writers Guild were set to meet with representatives of the major studios today for the first time in 3 months to discuss whether and when talks can resume. Next Wednesday marks the 100th day of the strike over pay, streaming residuals, and the use of artificial intelligence. Millions of Americans are struggling to make ends meet. The federal minimum wage has been the same since 2009, the longest period without an increase. But one congresswoman is fighting to raise it. WYMT Washington News Bureau's Stetson Miller asked Michigan Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin about her plan.
For over a decade, the federal minimum wage sitting at just $7.25 an hour. Congress has discussed raising it for years to no avail, but that hasn't deterred Michigan Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin and other House Democrats. They recently reintroduced the Raise the Wage Act. It would gradually increase the federal minimum wage to $17 an hour by 2028.
I think the difference between introducing it 4 years ago or whenever it was and now is the rate of inflation. The federal minimum wage right now has so been surpassed by what most people are making even in a minimum wage job that it just needs updating.
The bill would also phase out sub-minimum wages for tip workers. And if it passes, up to 28 million Americans could see a raise. It could be an uphill battle to get this bill on Biden's desk, but Slotkin says it's about sending a message.
We're unlikely to see this brought to the floor of the House, but we wanted to make the point that if you care about workers, put your money where your mouth is and give them a decent minimum wage.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce doesn't see the bill as a realistic approach for small businesses, though. I spoke with its Vice President for Workplace Policy, Mark Friedman.
If you do the math on this increase over the 5 years, it's a 134% increase in wages. That's a pretty staggering number when you think about the government coming in and telling employers, you shall increase your wage cost by 134%.
Congresswoman Slotkin says if the federal minimum wage is raised to $17 an hour, it would affect about 500,000 Michiganders. That's about 12% of the state's workforce. In Washington, Stetson Miller, News 10.
Still to come at 11, some baby items still on sale online were recalled years ago. Our investigative team looks at the problem next.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Food. It's our thing. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on lean ground chuck, sweet red seedless grapes, Wide Awake coffee or Duncan Hines mixes, and more.
Food City.
Are you or a loved one struggling with addiction? Help, hope, and healing are available. Take your first step today by visiting Isaiah-House.org.
When my baby was born, it was magical. And as she grew, having a hospital close to home with advanced health care and specialized physicians being there along the journey was important. And along that journey, many special doctors touched our lives. And then one day, my baby became a woman and a mother herself. Pikeville Medical Center, caring for every moment in life.
Investigate TV tackles the top topics with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
Food, it's our thing. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on lean ground chuck, sweet red seedless grapes, wide awake coffee or Duncan Hines mixes, and more.
Value every day, Food City.
Baby items recalled years ago remain in homes across America, and our National Investigative Team finds they are also available for sale online right now. Part of the problem, critics say, is manufacturers are not forced to aggressively tell the public when their products are dangerous and should be fixed or thrown away. Here's National Investigative reporter Lee Zurich with Defective.
At 3 months old, P.J. Madsen uttered his first words to his parents.
I love you.
The only words he would ever say. Weeks after this video was taken, PJ's parents placed him in an inclined sleeper where he slept every night since birth. When his father went to wake him up in the morning, PJ was lifeless.
He was in an inclined bassinet and he was able to roll over in it because of how narrow it was. And he was on his stomach, and mixed with the incline and him being on, his stomach, he wasn't able to breathe. And he passed away that way from being in the bassinet.
In 2019, the CPSC and manufacturers of 2 products recalled the products, issuing news releases. But the recalls of the Kids 2 rocking sleepers and the Fisher-Price Rock and Play didn't stop the deaths. 6 months after the government and product maker issued the recall, PJ died.
If you would have known about the recall, PJ could be alive right now.
He would absolutely still be here. We would not have used it. We would have thrown it away.
So the message didn't reach you?
No.
In fact, at least 4 babies died after the recall, which prompted the federal government and Kids 2 to re-announce the recall in January. Fisher-Price, too, re-announced its recall, reporting 8 deaths after its first warning. According to our analysis of government data, since 2000, the Consumer Product Safety Commission has had to re-announce recalls of at least 46 products because the original alert didn't reach enough consumers.
Companies do spend a tremendous amount of time to market products to get them into consumers' home. They should be spending as much money if they find out that there is a defective product to get them out of consumers' homes and keep families safe.
Both Kids 2 and Fisher-Price declined our request for a comment. It's illegal to sell recalled products, but we bought products like the Fisher-Price Rock and Play on Facebook Marketplace. Meta is aware of these types of sales, but we found dozens available, despite the company telling us it takes the issue seriously and removes listings when it finds them.
You should never have seen that product on their marketplace.
CPSC Chairman Alexander Hohen-Sark even wrote to Meta asking them twice to remove inclined sleepers. But just a month after his most recent plea, we bought a Kids 2 rocking sleeper from a seller in Ohio. This sleeper similar to the one little PJ was in.
I think there needs to be stricter regulations on things like that, like Facebook Marketplace trying to sell it.
During our interview, Lydia Calvaca held her granddaughter Ryan tight.
Yes, I'm scared. I can't sleep. She doesn't know this. I've never told her. But I'm afraid to sleep. I'm afraid something that happens only to other people is going to happen again.
Kiara Matson reached a confidential settlement with Kids 2 last October. Coming up in sports, one former UK basketball player signs a historic contract extension. Nate Johnson has more next.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Make the most of summer with a new Toyota.
We want the Great Tacoma.
Great Tacoma coming in hot.
On it. Highlander Hybrid.
Highlander Hybrid on the double hang.
Here we go. That Red RAV4.
Run a Red RAV4.
Hit the deck.
Now that's how you holler.
Make some legendary memories in the powerful and efficient new Sequoia, or the biggest, most capable Tundra ever, with the best resale value, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I think that Kentucky teachers are heroes. That's why I'm working to increase teacher pay and expand universal pre-K. Daniel Cameron supports voucher programs that send tax dollars to private schools. And he wanted to cut pensions promised to Kentucky teachers. Our teachers are heroes, and public schools are the backbones of our communities. Daniel Cameron's policies would undermine our teachers, our parents, and our public schools.
We must all remain committed to protecting ourselves and others from the spread of COVID-19. The best way that we can protect ourselves from hospitalization or even death is by staying up to date on our COVID-19 vaccine and regularly scheduled booster shots. Be sure to do your part and schedule your vaccine or booster shot today. We're all in this together.
It's the most natural thing for me to dance, but I was tripping and I was falling and didn't even know what multiple sclerosis was.
When I perform, I really love connecting with people. It's definitely cool to be able to give someone an experience through virtual reality.
Oh my God. I dream sometimes and I see that.
Don't tell me you know how to make a bomb out of a stick of chewing gum.
Why, you got some?
No gear, no plan, no problem. MacGyver.
You're watching WYMT. WYMT Mountain Sports, sponsored by ARH Orthopedic. Keep moving, keep living. WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
The Kentucky O-line was a weak spot for the Wildcats in the 2022 football season, and that was a hot topic at UK Media Day this morning. Inside Kroger Field, the Wildcats had some fun posing for pictures before talking to the media. Some of those Wildcats being former Somerset QB Kaya Sharon and former Johnson Central lineman Grant Bingham. Both have been working with reunited offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Liam Cohen to reconstruct this new Wildcat offense.
I was a completely different person my freshman year when he was here to now, and the growth that I've made with him, I think it shows, and I hope I continue to grow and learn from him and from all the quarterbacks in my room. So it's just everything's a learning experience for me. Every play I get, it's a learning rep. Even if it goes good or bad, I take it and put it in my mind.
I mean, he just knows where it starts. You know, the O-line is everything. We got to build from us. It's blocks, baby steps. And once we, figure out all the techniques and all the right ways to do things, it just keeps on keeping on, it builds.
Across the college landscape, things have changed dramatically today. Here's a look at the new Big 10, Big 12, and who's left, sadly, in the Pac-12. Oregon, Washington, UCLA, USC in the Big 10, Arizona State, Utah, Colorado to the Big 12. Cal, Oregon State, and Stanford and Washington State also remain in the Pac-12. So a lot of changes today in the college football landscape. And Now let's move on to our first alert Sportcast, brought to you by Evan Hatter. Just how drastic the Big Ten is. Check out the highlighted green here. I mean, this is where the Big Ten is located now. Pretty crazy as we move. That's pretty cool. I mean, those are going to be some crazy road games from the West Coast all the way over to the East Coast as we move now to the Big 12. A little bit better, a little more bunched together, as we can see here, but still pretty drastic of a change. That Florida to Nevada trips, or excuse me, not Nevada, but New Mexico. I mean, some crazy, crazy road games, but such is the way. Now, it'll be interesting to see how the remaining Pac-12 and maybe even the ACC teams pan out here in the future. Former Kentucky big man made a splash today, and I'm talking cannonball size. With his new contract extension, Anthony Davis has signed a 3-year, $186 million maximum contract extension. He will be signed with the Lakers through the 2028 season for a total of $270 million. Big ones. Davis's deal is the richest annual contract extension in NBA history, averaging $62 million a season. Man, he got the bag. Wow. Well, let's head to the Diamond. From the Hardwood Nationals, we're in Cincinnati tonight. Nick Senzel with a shot to right field, just over the wall for the home run. Reds with a nice start, 1-0. Still bottom first, Matt McClain gonna answer the call to center field now. That ball gone, maybe 415 to deep center. 2-0 Reds put the Viking hat on him. Bottom third, Ellie De La Cruz with the swing and a drive to left and gone. Reds up 3-0, but the Nationals would come back and spoil the parade 6-3. The Nationals win it in Cincinnati. And the Reds will be back in action tomorrow at 4:10. Back at home looking to break that 4-game losing streak. That is sports. Thank you, Evan. We'll be right back.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. suffers from a stroke. Do you know the signs? It's be fast. Balance, eyes, face, arm, speech, and time. If you see these signs, call 911 and get to the nearest ER. ARH hospitals can give TPA, the clot-busting drug to give you a greater chance at recovery. When seconds matter, we are here for you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
This is your wake-up call. To start your morning with a delicious DQ biscuit sandwich. Made to order with your choice of sizzling Purnell sausage or mouth-watering hickory smoked bacon. Stacked up with a warm egg and topped off with a fluffy home-style buttermilk biscuit. Oh, this biscuit sandwich is so good, it almost makes you wish the alarm would go off a little earlier. Almost. Kickstart your day with a DQ biscuit sandwich made just for you. DQ, happy tastes good.
I just walked by and I said, "What's happening, guys?" And they told me they were making music.
It's the way you walk, it's the way you talk.
They said I could play, so I need a chance to play at all. You know, that's my life. I love music. So we do it.
A dream trip to one of the wonders of the world, brought to you by a different kind of wonder. A light bulb moment in the classroom, made possible by a quick second in the clinic. We're doing the things we enjoy with the people we love. Thanks to a safe and effective COVID-19 vaccine, we have our lives back. Talk with your healthcare provider or pharmacist to make sure you're up to date on your COVID-19 vaccine, because there's a whole world of opportunity out there just waiting for you to take your shot.
When I lost my sight, the only thing I had was reading.
Whatever your needs are, 99.9% of them can be met by the NLS program.
You can choose from large print or braille or audio.
It's a free service. It's amazing how much you can get.
For information about the Braille and Talking Book program by the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
Closed captioning presented by Wolf, Williams, and Reynolds, serving Eastern Kentucky for Social Security and federal black lung.
All right, real quick, Kentucky Mega Millions drawing, $1.35 billion. Numbers are 11, 30, 45, 52, 56. Mega Ball is 20. Unfortunately, Yeah, no winners here tonight, but I tell you, we are losing a big part of our team. Evan Hatter, the floor is yours for the last 20 seconds.
Well, it's been an honor of a lifetime to work here in these mountains and be a part of the community, and I'm going to miss it a whole lot. Coming to work every day and seeing all my good friends, and that's going to take some adjustment. So
we're going to miss you. You have no idea what he's done for this station. Been here for 3 years.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, and thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend.